Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 3 of the F1 Championship Edition career mode here from the Australian Grand Prix. Of course, if you missed out on the last video, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. We're still clawing our way at the top of the table at the moment. 12 points to our name after the opening couple of races there. We're right in the battle with your Michael Schumachers, your Kimi Raikkonens and your Fernando Alonso's there. 5 drivers from 5 different teams making up our top 5 so far in this campaign. But I just want to say as well, a massive thank you to all of you for the continued support on this series. If you are enjoying, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well. Currently Super Aguri in P3 in the Constructors' Championship as well. And, you know, most importantly, we've got more points than Honda at the moment, so I'm really hoping we can try and keep that up. However, I am very, very nervous to be heading back to Albert Park this weekend. By far and away the toughest track we've driven on so far this season. Will we keep the point streak alive? The goal, as always, is just to make sure we're finishing races. It does slightly concern me now, the timeline we're living in, where I seem to be getting better results in F1 Championship Edition than I do inside F1 23, but, you know, that is by the by. I am reading all your comments as well. My goal is see if we can get ourselves into a position where we could either be fighting for a championship, or we say even win a world title in this game, and then I am definitely going to be switching over to the hard difficulty. Obviously, it will mean that I can prove I can actually win on this game, and also allows us this. So for those of you that don't know, this game actually only limits you to a 5-season career mode. So, you know, if we get to sort of like Season 3 or Season 4 and we win a world title, then obviously we can go on to the hard difficulty and obviously start again. F106 F1 Championship Edition doesn't allow you to change the difficulty once you've started a career. That's why I haven't changed it yet.
Third stop on the Formula 1 calendar, we're here in Albert Park, Melbourne, for another fascinating qualifying session. Session 1 will begin shortly, and we'll know by the end of it who will make up the final 6 places on the grid.
Well, jumping straight in then with qualifying, to be honest, free practice, yeah, very, very boring. Just making sure that I know exactly where I'm going. Obviously still on the old Albert Park layout as well. So that is some catastrophic understeer to make our way towards the end of Sector 1. But yeah, I know I said this back at Malaysia last weekend as well. We might not have the pace to make Q3 here. This is definitely a track where the AI are a bit stronger. So kind of hoping, of course, that we can obviously make Q2 at the very least. But will we see Q3 today? There we go then, starting our first lap here from Albert Park, Australia. We've already got a car trying to make their way out of the pit lane. It's a Renault. Are they going to stay out the way? No. In a word, I think that's Fernando Alonso. Yes, it is. And he is just going to give us a nice brake check through the Turn 1 apex. And a nice dive bomb down at Turn 3 as well. Move, man! Let's not forget, Fernando, I'm still ahead of you in the championship at the moment, so clearly I'm the better driver. We won't say anything about his mechanical failure from the lead in round 1. But, you know, I've said what I've said. Ow! What is that? Alonso just threw me off the circuit. This guy's mad. Oh, just slapped the wall there as my beef with Fernando Alonso continued. Oh, no, don't rejoin. Continue to rage on. We're going to have to go back and put another set of tyres on. How many cars are trying to come out the pit lane? About 14 of us all trying to go out in one go. I've never seen this before on this game. Yeah, great. Thanks for that. What? I've slowed down to let other cars by on a lap and I've just been rear-ended by someone. What on earth is happening in qualifying here? Please don't say I'm going to start. I am starting last. I don't know who rear-ended me, but we just got absolutely T-boned on the run down in towards Turn 1, letting a load of cars by on their laps. And suddenly we're starting last here for the Australian Grand Prix.
Welcome to Albert Park, Melbourne, the home of the Australian Grand Prix. The first time that this beautiful Albert Park venue was used to host the Australian Grand Prix was back in 1996. It really is in a great location, sandwiched as it is between the city and the ocean. It's the perfect place for a Grand Prix because of the sheer enthusiasm of the organisers and the huge crowds we see here year in and year out. I'm told that the crowds are up again this year. It's a clear day here at the moment, good visibility for the drivers. Giancarlo Fisichella will start from pole. Second on the grid is Felipe Massa. Third is Juan Pablo Montoya. Fourth is Fernando Alonso. Fifth is Michael Schumacher. Jenson Button completes the third row. Seventh spot on the grid for Kimi Raikkonen. Rubens Barrichello completes row 4.
I must admit, yeah, qualifying was not ideal.
We have a cleared grid and the drivers are ready for the off.
But yeah, come on, James Allen, give me a chance to talk. Yeah, this is just going to be a race damage limitation. But yeah, Fisichella on the pole. Still yet to finish a race this season, don't forget. But yeah, that is my only goal today. Well, yeah, this is the first time this season we haven't started on the front row, which is slightly alarming when we're at the back of the field. But Albert Park, Australia.
This race is to finish safely. Bring the car back in one piece, please.
Yeah, he's got the right message, though, today. I'll give him credit. You know, whether we can score points from the back is a very different question. We effectively did end up doing that in Malaysia last weekend. But yeah, just stay out of trouble. Right, we're making our way then out of the final corner. Making sure as well I remember to put my traction control back on as well today.
That all systems functioning within the tolerances. Have a great race.
Right, let's see if we can survive turn 1. That's the first goal.
Don't go anywhere. Turn up the volume and enjoy. Here we go. We are racing!
Someone's already blown up. Don't know who that is. Ugh!
As does Alonso. Here come the drivers into turn 1.
I believe that was Michael Schumacher, though, out of the Grand Prix, so karma has served him well there at the start of the GP. Michael Schumacher out. Didn't even get off the start line then, and that's a disaster for the championship leader. Kimi Raikkonen now, therefore, in prime position this weekend to try and take the lead of the title, but we're up 5 places then off the start of this GP, so we're very, very happy with that. See if we can try and get a run on David Coulthard, of course, who, well, took me out last weekend. Great, checked me through the S's, didn't he, as well? Have a look down the inside. Look at that. Montero up in the lofty heights of P15 off the start of this race. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how we've got on. Looks like Renault have a 1-2 at the front of the field there. Just look at Montero. He's just dive-bombed Ralf Schumacher. And it's up to P14 there. We almost get put in the wall by the Toyota driver on the exit as we make our way down the back straight. But 7 places gained then already on lap 1. As Ralf Schumacher again is going to dive bomb us there and turn in on me. Get off me, man. Come on, let's go. Ralf Schumacher tripping over on me, and I think that means, yeah, E-Day up into P16. The lofty heights of 16th for my teammate. As, oh, Ralf Schumacher again, I just saw in the mirrors trying it. So we make our way through the final few turns. Oh, E-Day, what are you doing, man? You don't need to brake there. It's a completely flat-out corner, and we'll lose the place to Ralf Schumacher again. Trying to make progress early on. Well, I hope so. But yeah, trying to make progress early on in this GP. But we are struggling just a little bit.
Good second sector, your best so far this session.
Oh, big run on Schumacher as he tried to have a look around the outside of E-Day. Look at that, clean around the outside of the Toyota will go.
Position, you're going to have to do something about this.
AI are often a little bit weak through this final sector, so this is where we've got to try and make up the time and potentially get a run on my teammate as he'll move back over to the racing line, kind of. I think wanted to go defensive from me there. As yeah, Montero, though, he was kind of the unknown early on in this race. Had a really good start, but now, yeah, started just to drop back slightly. So as long as we don't lose out to any of the cars we should actually be battling with, that's not such a bad thing. But yeah, if we can get back into P15, though, I'm not going to say points are out of the possibility today. Don't get how Montero is so quick off the corners relative to me. That Midland shouldn't be much faster, if any, down a straight. He's very, very slow through the corners, and... oh, no, don't spin, don't spin. Great, thanks for that, E-Day. And that's going to be us in even more trouble then. As to the rear of the field we go. Oh, well, this has been a real disaster. Oh! Oh, come on. Albers has spun me. Yeah, great. Yeah, we're not scoring points today. I already know that. And that's a penalty. 7-second penalty for that. I got taken out of turn 1 and lost time. Yeah, Australia is not the one for us on this game. Well, we're still plenty quicker than the AI around here, or at least the backmarker cars. It's certainly not as much as normal. But I think the real problem with Albert Park is just how utterly stupid the AI are when you're actually battling with them. So many corners where they are either 20 miles an hour too fast or 20 miles an hour too slow, and you're just kind of getting constantly tripped over. That was one way to take that corner. Big slide. No. Oh, come on. And little moments like that as well, as the tyres have gone off because we've spanned too many times. Boy, oh boy, this is a tough old race. Of the Antonio Luizzi, then first car into the pit lane.
You're not going to set the world on like 20th place, are you?
Oh, funnily enough, I'm well aware of that. I think, yeah, the goal today is still just beat E-Day, which is not a particularly great goal, but it is the one I'm now having to set.
Okay, you better watch yourself through sector 2. The yellow flags are being waved, so no overtaking.
Someone's gone. I believe that might be it's not BMW Sauber, it might be a Williams car that's out of the race. Either way, we are up another one. It is Nico Rosberg, just to confirm, yeah. Rosberg out of the GP. Will that have left an oil slick somewhere? Not getting any warning of it. There we go, handful of more cars into the pit lane. I'm trying to extend my first stint.
It's for you to finish well. You're an 18.
Yeah, we're gonna need a big miracle.
Your best so far this session.
Either a big miracle or a big pile-up seems to be the goal now. But yeah, we're gonna try and beat E-Day. That's all we can really do. We've got a couple more laps left of this stint. But hopefully then we're going to be on fresher tyres than everyone else. No, 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 no. How have I not retired there? I mean, I'm not going to complain. I don't know how we survived that hit, but we have. There we go, E-Day in, as well as a handful of others, I believe. Look at that, we've come at a pit stop behind Montero. That's just how bad this race is going, as we'll get round him.
15th position, 50.
Deary, deary me. But we are going to be boxing this lap. And yeah, we need to really get our head down. I'm really hoping the team are going to change the wing as well as we make our way into the pit lane then here at Albert Park. This has been an utter disaster of a showing so far, but if we can just get to the end, if we can survive this one, I knew this was going to be a tough old track for us. So yeah, I think critical. Can we get a good pit stop actually? That's what I also want to know. Not with results like that. There we go. We'll go like that and that. There we go. 8.2. I'm getting there. I want to go under 8 on this game. But yeah, we're not too far behind our teammate. It looks like we've had another retirement. Oh, I think we've lost Fisichella again. Giancarlo Fisichella looks. No, he's pit. Ignore me. I thought he was out of the race.
Third is Juan Pablo Montoya.
No.
Fourth is Alonso.
Oh, again, we've been lucky there to survive that.
Jenson Button in 6th. He's up from 7th. David Coulthard is 7th. And Raikkonen is 8th.
Right, goal now. Don't spin and don't get lapped. Well, if I get the laps nailed between now and the end, we might just beat Albers and E-Day still in this race. We then got another retirement. P16, I think, is what the team expect from me. Yeah, this hasn't exactly been a good showing for Honda, but certainly it has reminded me once again, F1 Championship Edition. It's a horrible, horrible game. Oh, we got oil. We got oil. Someone's gone. It must be Christian Albers. Avoid the oil. That is a big engine failure as we make our way through turn 1. So up at a P18 we go. Unfortunately, that's not an ideal mechanical failure to help us up the order too much. But yeah, now it is myself versus E-Day. We're going to ignore that line going through the car park as well. That was atrocious. Gap to E-Day, 7 seconds. I get that it's a really nice touch that they go through the top 8 on this game, so obviously you can see what's going on around you. But imagine, it's every single lap. Imagine that in a 100% race around like Monaco or something. James Allen will have barely stopped talking about the entire event there. But now we've got to try and get a run on E-Day here to remind the team, of course, that we are still the number 1. He'll send it through the first part and then get a horrible run probably through the second. So, oh no, he's done all right there. Yuji E-Day clearly showcasing now his prowess behind the wheel of a Formula 1 car. However, Fisichella is not far behind us here. And I'm sure he does not want to get stuck battling with Super Aguras there, as we'll send it down the inside. Come on, 2 more laps to go. Maybe only 1 if Fisichella gets past us. While making our way in towards the final couple of corners, then Giancarlo Fisichella, arguably the unluckiest driver so far this season, is going to come round the final corner to win the Australian Grand Prix after double mechanical failures at the start of the campaign. Ide has ended up a lap down, so the worst we can finish is 17th.
He's done it. Fisichella powers across the line in first place. 10 points. Massa will hang on to finish in second.
I hope that means Ide gets a podium, because he was the 3rd car to cross the finish line. Main reason I've opted to try and stay out until this very final lap is just in case someone has a mechanical failure in front. Then we can try and claim a freebie. While making our way then through the final few corners. A bitter pill to swallow this afternoon here from Albert Park, Australia. 17th in a Super Aguri doesn't sound too bad, but it is going to be the first time this season we haven't scored points. It's tough, but it's a reminder once more. F1 Championship Edition, it does not play fair or occasionally easy either.
Another brilliant weekend here in Melbourne, I think you'll agree. Join us in 2 weeks' time when we'll be heading back to Europe for a 5-race stint that will start at San Marino, where Ferrari will be expected to put on a show of strength for the ever-loyal Tifosi. Following that, it's the Nürburgring for the European Grand Prix. Then Barcelona in Spain, and then heading into June, we've got the wonderfully glamorous, star-studded Monaco Grand Prix, and finally on to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix before heading stateside. We hope you'll join us for all of them. See you soon.
Well, there we are then, final race results, and it does mean Giancarlo Fisichella now a Formula 1 race winner once again. But P17 for us. Yeah, I don't think we would have ever scored points today, to be honest. I just don't think the car had the pace. But yeah, certainly felt like, you know, we could have been up around Ralf Schumacher and that little group of cars. But it does mean championship-wise, well, Alonso and Raikkonen now tied at the top with 15 points there. Schumacher just 1 point back on 14. Massa and Barrichello just a further point behind him. The top 7 are covered by 5 points so far this season. It really is anybody's game at the moment there. Constructors-wise, though, Ferrari lead the way. We're down to P5 there, so we have been jumped by Honda, which is a little bit disappointing, but, you know, it is what it is there. Renault and McLaren tied just behind Ferrari. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon, ready for the San Marino Grand Prix. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise, and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.